Hello everybody, it's Tetcher. I am here catching up on some of the games of CCL that I have not yet cast. Today, we're starting at the beginning. We're just doing one series today, but I want to get this content done, I want to get this out, and I want to make sure that I've covered all the games, because I'm having a really good time casting CCL, and I want to make sure that my casting is available for those who need it, thanks to that lovely co-streamer program that they do have going. For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting off today with the wonderful matchup, which is going to be between, as we look here, obviously you can see here the dates are very in the past. We're going to be jumping in on the games that happened on November 7th, and we're only going to be doing one today. We're going to be doing Simplicity versus Sidestep Kings. Later down the line, I will find the time to do the other series I haven't had the time to do yet, which is Granite Gaming versus Wild Hearts. I might have to miss one tomorrow as well, so that will, of course, will be added to the catch-up schedule too. Sound good? Sounds good. Well, exactly what I like to hear. Random mysterious voice who cannot reply to me, for I am alone in my bedroom. So, we're getting ready to jump in. Once again, I'm just going to be doing these via replays, because Heroes Hearts do not have a clean feed repository. They only have the original clean feed when it comes out live, and you can't go back once the new one replaces it, as far as I remember. Actually, no, you can't, because they delete the old VODs. So you can't go back for CCL, unfortunately. You just have to sort of deal with what you have. So we're doing the replays, which they do provide, which is nice, because it means I can do my own observing and have a solid time, even though I do like Nightmares observing. So let's get ready to jump into game number one. Once again, we are doing today Simplicity versus Sidestep Kings. This is the first match that happened in CCL. So obviously I'm going to be attempting to avoid spoilers of what happens in the future ones, so that people who watch this one might be trying to watch them in order, because I'll be making a playlist in order of when the match has happened, and we'll be able to work around it that way. For now, as we have the replays up, let us head into the game, ladies and gentlemen, and get this started as we arrive on Infernal Shrines. Excuse me. The first game of our best of 5 series. Let's get this going. As you can see here, we're going to be starting off with what is already going to be a very fun matchup. Hang on, I'm just checking that the drop music is playing. Close that, fixed it. I'll remember this time. So, as you can see here, we have our teams loading in 2 Infernal Shrines. Let's start off on the left-hand side with Simplicity. Playing for them, it is Collusion on Stukov. Hosty is playing the Medivh there. We have Noah playing the Valor. Cure is on the Diva, and Wit will be playing that Diablo. On the right-hand side, it shall be Sidestep Kings, with Hyde on the Lucio. Cattle will be playing on the ETC, very appropriate, of course. We have Ultralisk, who will be playing on the Maiev. Kyocha will be on the Leoric. And Gotfilth will be playing the Sylvanas. Cattle starts off with an early stun onto Wit. Kyocha is going to be putting a lot of focus onto trying to deal with Wit and deal with Cure during this game. Right now, he's trying to put some pressure onto Noah, making the most of that Mace crit. Get some good damage at the start of this game. Cattle makes his way down into bot lane, as they do go for the standard 4-man rotation. Simplicity looking like they're planning on doing the same, but they're starting a little bit slower here. So as such, not going to be able to do too much about this. Going to be forced to back up at this initial stage. So, going to make their way into the middle of the map for their continued double soak. We're starting with the full metal. Scouting done by Hosty and Wit to see if they could maybe evade this camp, deciding against it. Just going to play safe. Very sensible by them. Not wanting to deal with too much danger. Kyocha, popping up to top lane. Says hello, quick drain. There's of course his main lane, but he could have double soak from level 1. It's just a little slower. There's a big stun onto Ultralisk right now. Very aggressive. Good job as Wit is forced to portal out. No, tethered in by Ultralisk. He still makes it a portal. Hitbox on that thing is ridiculous. And this is the issue. In terms of draft, we look at the 2 compositions, and there is a Medivh in the composition. The second that is shown once, drafting is ruined forever, because Medivh is the hero when it comes to picking up random kills. Look at that! Wit should be dead at least 2 times over there, but Hosty saved him twice, picks up 2 saves there, and gets that Diablo out. The power of Medivh, ladies and gentlemen. Impossible to nerf because he's pretty basic in regular play. Impossible to buff because he's way too good in pro play. as we're going to be seeing these level 4 talents coming in. We see Neil Peasants. It's going to be an unstable poison for double soak speed coming in from Got Filth here. Clearing that up. Rush down, unsurprisingly, Biotic Armor. Try and deal with that Maiev, who has gone for a Night's Memento and a Blade Dance. Very sensible, both physical. Therefore, the Biotic Armor will give some good sustain. Very sensible indeed. Solid plan, solid plan. Quick wave clear by Cattle, just doing what he can to hold the lane. Raven familiar, not going for any kind of extra armor or anything fancy here. Rip Baha, as the camp will be cleared from both sides. Simplicity grabbing their own as well, keeping the pressure on that way, as bot lane will finally be cleared out by Cure. Already, we see a bit of an engaged power slide onto Wit, who is being drained right now by Kyosha. Again, portals out, tethered back in though. Wit uses the portal to dance in between. Hosty though loses stacks here, will fall. Those stacks will be eliminated as we see Lucio dropping as well, making this a 1-for-1 at this stage. They make their way in, seeing what they can make happen as Cattle is charged, flipped, lots of damage dealt. Not going to be enough to finish him off, though. He'll make it out of the self-destruct, and Valor, one auto-attack short. Noah didn't go deep enough there. Even with that punishment for extra massive damage output, the hyper-carry Valor style with the Medivh and the Stukov to keep her alive, working out very, very well so far. The damage output is good, but again, they did not kill Cattle, who is still taking hits as he tries to enter onto the point here. Tether comes in. Noah is the most far forward right now outside of Wit, but Wit is causing enough grief that it's not an issue. Cattle barely escapes the fight here. As again, Noah out of position, but Wit causing such a distraction and not being punished for it that he was able to clear out a lot of damage, a lot of work here. Wit right now, very far in the backline. This Ultralisk is causing a distraction. There's a good force of will, though. Wit will tank it, but it's still going to be the objective won over by Sidestep Kings. Punisher will go over to them, hide, creating a lot of interruption here. Playing that Lucio very effectively. Starting off at level 1, we're going to be level 4, sorry, we see off the wall, so he's got that cooldown reduction and the good vibrations. Giving Lucio a little bit of sustain. Wit pulls the Punisher over the wall, so they clear that way. They've sent Cure up to top lane to duel Kyosha and keep that XP soak going. Punisher does quite a lot of damage. The value of Black Arrow coming in from Got Filth there, preventing any huge extra D-push value. Looks like there was a pause. Seems to be fine. Camp shall be cleaned out. So we see everyone rotate in to clear out the minion wave. Wit getting vision, making sure that no one gets too punished here, that nothing too aggressive is happening. Noah clearing out the middle wave, making sure that they are defended. Cure will take over from him, though, as Noah needs to make their way down to bot lane. We see the targeted Excision coming in from the Stukov here, which with the Reactor Ballista Pour, a little bit harder to hit, but it's still effective enough when you're on the offensive to get some really good value. Lost Soul for Sil, very high damage output built here to combine with the Might of the Banshee Queen. Tether, it's good. Ultralisk forced to Medallion, good boop from Hyde. May have saved Ultralisk here, no, Noah able to chase down and pick up the kill. Noah takes a lot of counter damage from Got Filth. Force of Will again shuts it down, prevents a turnaround fight as the souls are complete for Diablo. 16 globes currently for Prog Rock have been acquired by ETC. 23 stacks of Arcane Rift as level 10 pops onto the board. Massive shove for Stukov. We have Micro Missiles, Rain of Vengeance, Lightning Breath. Lots of good options here. Wailing Arrow, Sound Barrier, Entomb, Mosh Pit, and Warden's Cage. Solid setup for a big wombo here. Very standard talents on both sides, not too out of the ordinary. There was a potential for a Leyline APOC combo. It's quite hard to execute, though, so they're sticking with the Lightning Breath instead here. Still very strong. XP-wise, pretty even. Slight lead for Simplicity here. D.Va being able to rotate and keep up quite well. Everything's playing quite calm for the moment. In terms of actual potential here, That Entomb is going to be very effective late game. If they can catch Medivh in it might be a good portal counter, but they've got to survive that long. Unfortunately, running a Warden's Cage Maiev here is a very risky play by Sidestep Kings, even though they are very strong with this hero. Ultralisk is great on Maiev. Running that into Medivh, there are quite a few heroes who actually counter that Warden's Cage. Those are Garrosh, those are anyone with a self-unstoppable like Blaze, for example, and that is Medivh, and of course anyone using Medallion. So it's very hard to run that combo at this point, other than just burning out Medallions. But Medivh gives you a get-out-of-jail-free card. This is where the rest of the team will have to come in, land those wombo combos, and make sure that anyone who does get caught is unable to get to that portal. This will result in Mosh Pit. This will be your Wailing Arrows. Maybe Entomb, but the hitbox on Portal is so wide, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. There is the Warden's Cage moving in to engage, and Noah gets bounced around but survives here. Silence is traded back and forth. Wailing Arrow not getting a huge amount of value here. Lugging Arm was able to stop Gotfilth from doing too much follow-up. Cure being great pressure onto the backline. Kyocha and Cattle try to hold it here, but the Entomb, lads, that's an unintentional self-team Entomb there. Self-destruct will come out. It's a lot of damage. Cattle drops so low. They're going to mosh. No, the boom pushes him out of the mosh. Cattle and Hyde not on the same page here at this stage of the game, as we see Kyocha trying to drain away Cure here. It's 0 kills right now. There's a charge onto Ultras. Vault of the Warden's charge from Cattle, but again, no mosh available. Good resets from Ultras, doing some good damage. And Gotfilth is bullying out Wit as best he can, but the objective, it's too late. Goes over to Simplicity thanks to the multi-shot of Noah, and they even grab Kyocha on the way out there. Oh, unfortunate. The misplay, the mis-synergy between the teams here. Ultralisk Vault of the Wardens to dodge away and then blinks out. There's the charge anyway, though. We are seeing Diablo going in. Level 13 is hit. And the Medallion by Wit used perfectly there to make its way through the portal. Beautiful execution by Wit there. They make their way up once again. They're fighting underneath the fort here. There comes the Entomb, and that is going to be Wit this time. Gets focused down. Portal comes off cooldown. They will portal away. Punisher might not even get bot lane. Good defense by Sidestep Kings here. Punisher's low. Oh, who's going to be brave? Who wants it? No one's thinking about it, but it would be very, very risky for him to try and make that play. So they're going to decide against it for now. Camp is up in bot lane. They will deal with that. There's the Encore. That's going to be really useful for Cattle. Cooldown reduction on his Heroic. Big charge onto Ultras. Face melt to get him out. But look at that Lurking Arm. It's causing so many problems. Good interrupt. Way to go onto the backline. Prevents Collusion from keeping that Lurking Arm going. And we do see Sidestep Kings holding the line. Going to be seeing Remorselessness for the Sylph. We got that Spectral Leech. We already saw Good to Go coming in from the Diva. Going to be so important as the game goes on. And the Enduring Will, go-to talent for Medivh these days, keeping everyone sustained. Valor as well, also going with the safer of the talents here, going with Gloom. There's a lot of spell power coming in, so getting that big spell power sustain for 5 seconds is going to be very strong. Being able to deal with most of Sylvanas' damage in those team fights with that. A lot of pressure being applied to mid lane. Who's going to be the one to defend that? Right now, no one. And there is a siege camp with that. Wit rotating bot lane. They're abandoning it mid, just relying on their own siege camp to try and depush. Right now, it's got the better angle, so we'll actually be able to do some really good value here. It's buying them some time, but that fort took quite a bit of damage from the abandoned 2 siege camps. Wit charging the minions, dealing with them first, and of course that draws the aggro of the Impalers, and the fort shall survive, but a lot of damage was taken here by Simplicity. They were able to defend bot lane though, it works in their favor. That's the one they have a fort closest to dying in, so they can try and push that in where they have a bit of free space. Sidestep Kings though, not giving it to them, really trying to find their opportunity to step back in. Cattle holding up for the moment. There's the power slide. Good job, Cattle. Face melt. Portal, though, shuts it down. Not even needed, though. Wit just survived. Sidewall was deleted, though. Right now, Cure porting back to base, making sure that he is sustained up and all healthy. As Noah will be the one to make it down to bot lane to clear out the minion wave, but has to back away. Very good map awareness by this team, preventing themselves from being caught out and punished. Hosty says hello. There's that Manticore for Valor. We're not seeing any Seething Hatred. We're not seeing any Frost Shots. It's all about dealing with that ETC as fast as possible. He doesn't have the block party, so he will be eaten. See the back away. Going to be seeing the Mithril Mace coming in for the Leo. Waves being cleared, camps being acquired slightly faster by Sidestep Kings here. There's the Bruiser camp for the top lane. Simplicity now. They're going to be wanting to play the aggressive. They still have an XP lead. Despite losing the last objective, they have a single kill lead, and as such have just under half a level lead as Cure goes in. Punishes Kyogre quite a bit. There's the potential blink from Ultralisk. Decides against it. Here comes Wit, diving in. Great anti-damage by Cure. Self-destruct being dropped, trying to punish. Ultralisk can't move back, though. He has to use both the Wardens to prevent himself pulling in the tethered self-destructing mech, preventing huge damage output. Speaking of damage output, Cattle in serious trouble. There's the Warden's cage. No one really getting punished by it other than Cure. Leyline is able to delay huge value. Great lightning breath by Wit, and that is punishing. Cure caught in the mosh pit, though. Can they deal with this? Cure rolls out, good to go, turning onto Kyogre. And Cattle forced to back away. They did not have enough damage to kill Pilot Mode Diva. And we're going to see Simplicity begin to grab their first Punisher of the game. Sorry, their second Punisher of the game. And they're going to use that to push into mid lane. Bot lane still low. Minions made it to the fort, but didn't finish the job. The fort survived. We're going to be seeing emergency shielding coming in for Diva here for Cure. Portals being dropped back and forth. Look at Wit. That was such a cool micro trick. He was over the wall due to his charge, so but he couldn't make it back through. The portal was on the other side of the wall, though, so he used the big hitbox of the portal to portal angle. I think I can show it. I think my replay will have caught it by this point. Have a look at this. They clear out bot lane. We see the Punisher making it over the wall on your live feed. As they make it in, Wit looks for his angle, charges over the wall, portal is dropped, he can't make it back over the wall, so he portals to the harder point and then portals back immediately. So instead of having to run through keep range, he used the portal to reset himself, get that little Raven Familiar, and then portal back. It was a great deception tool that got him out of danger without having to run into the enemies. Fantastic play coming in from Wit there. So impressive. Very great to see. Camp's going to be cleaned up by Sidestep Kings. Simplicity, they do have their own on the left, but right now they're working on the one below. Going to be able to pick that up without too much pressure. All good on their side for now. Bottom four, of course, finally fell. The push was good. In the meantime, Kyogre was able to do some good damage up in top lane. Really bullying out Kyo quite a bit here. The rest of his team, everyone except Cattle right now, has set a trap. They're going to try and get rid of Cure here. There's the Entomb. Self-destruct about to pop, and they will get it. Can they find Cure? No. Again. Hosty shuts it down. Cure went back through the portal. He's going to be sniped here, but killed off by Lucio and Kyogre there. Hiding Kyogre with the turnaround. Big overextend coming in there from Simplicity. Cure taken out, went a little bit too greedy, trying to get that extra shot, get that mech cooldown back. Instead, he dies. Kyogre makes his way down to bot lane. Going to be clearing that up, grabbing XP for his team, because level 20 is just around the corner for Simplicity. This is why Sidestep Kings are currently looking for a fight while Cure is down 4v4. They're looking for that engage. You can see Cattle posturing for it, trying to find the angle. They need the kill before Cure respawns and before 20 is hit. In the meantime, Leo, he knows his team are an even number. They could go for a big 5-man push here, but they would lose value elsewhere. So they're trying to maximize value by racing themselves to 20 in case they can't take a fight. And in the meantime, they soak themselves to soaked themselves up, looked for the fight. They found a fight. They got some good XP. They are now just under half a level away from level 20. And Sidestep Kings clearing out their Bruiser once again. A little slower for Simplicity. Haven't even started it this time. As level 20 for them, though, is hit. We're going to see the top of time combined with Super Strain and, of course, Bounding Armor. It's going to be great healing output from Collusion here. Timing attack for the D.Va. Great micro missiles value. Medivh cheats. Firefly Quiver combined with Manticore is going to do so much value. And, of course, much easier stacks for punishment. And we see, oh, big lag, but we're good. We see the Hellgate for Diablo as level 10 is going to be hit on the side of Sidestep Kings. Hang on, I'm just fixing what might be causing the lag. We are hopefully good. So, level 20 on the level 10 on the other side. Summer Anthem coming in for Hyde. Let's see if he can make use of this here. Fall to the Storm for Sylvanas, doing some good damage to Cure here. Massive shove onto Cattle. Cattle's gone for the tour bus. He's actually helping heal up Kyocha here, who's going to burn the fountain. Objective has started. They push their way up. Wit takes a little bit of damage. Cure holds for now. There's a charge. On to Cattle. The team not turning to help Cattle today. Instead, try to dive and looks for Stukov. That is a great force of will, though, and Portal gets him out. Mosh Pit catches no one. It got Wit, but he was lightning breathing. It did not matter. The lurking arm shuts it down. Leo is slain. There goes Ultralisk, and Wit is hunting Cattle at this point. Might not find him, though. Portal comes out. Hosty goes deep, but Hyde here for the delays, here for the sustain, but it's going to be enough to get Cattle out. But it's still a massively won fight going over to Simplicity. As they begin to push their way into the top lane, they will eventually have a Punisher to go with them, meaning they might be able to pressure keeps. Pressure being applied. Counter pressure on the map, being grabbed by Sidestep Kings. They go to grab their siege. They want some pressure somewhere. Mid is still low. The problem is D.Va's rotation speed is going to be good. It's not as fast as Get on the Point, but Hit the Night Trust gives her still very fast rotation speed, meaning she'll be able to get to mid and maybe even save that fort while still making it back in time to push with the rest of the team. Let's see. Is Kyo going to try and make it down, or is he just going to push with the team? And now they're going to sacrifice a fort in exchange for the keep. They are. They're sacrificing the potential fort in exchange to fight over the keep here. Micro missiles. Good damage onto the tower. The pressure applied. Cure. Very good missiles. Cooldown reduction with that timing attack is good. Cure currently taking the aggro from the keep. He backs up. Reset is applied. Now it's targeting Collusion. Not the best target here. Self-destruct. Doesn't really land. Good disengage. Medivh cheats, though. Traps a lot of the team as the keep goes down. They try to dive Hyde, who's able to medallion out. Very nicely done. Punisher pulled all the way to mid. Nicely done. Huge amounts of damage going to be taken by mid keep. Power slide comes out. Cure caught in the root. Can they make something happen out of it, though? Punisher stuns. They follow it up. Great stun there. But Summer Anthem is good. Hyde keeps Cattle alive there. That was a great follow-up of the Raid of Vengeance, though, from Valor. Very nearly taking Cattle out of the fight and what might have been out of the game. Mid-fort did, of course, fall to these Impalers, but right now lead very heavily in favor of Simplicity in terms of structures. All three forts and one keep are in their favor. Medivh keeps an eye on everything that happens below. Sees the rotations of Simplicity. He, of course, did finish Arcane Rift. We mentioned this earlier. Brokrok's done. Mithril Mace is done. Every stacking quest is done. Even, of course, the Black Soulstone. They begin to clean up, grabbing some Siege Camp worth. Bit of pressure added. Nothing too much. Just some good harassment. There's Kyocha. Smashed his way through here. Wit went deep. Punished. Force of Will, though, shuts him down, and that big damage onto Cattle. This time he will fall. Leyline with Medivh cheats, gets everyone except for Hyde. Kyoto's going to come in from the side to try and buy them some time. There's the Entomb, but Ultra is taking too much damage from the Lightning Breath. Cure will be able to chase him down. Numbers advantage hugely in favor of Simplicity here, and Kyocha, massive shoved under towers, gonna be taken out. Great turnaround there. Hyde finally killed off by Wit, and that just leaves Gottfelth, who will be able to win the 1v1 versus the mech, but the rest of the team is coming. Gottfelth has no self-sustain at all, only ways to dodge hard engages. Portal over the wall, they don't care about keeps. They skip the keeps entirely as best they can, and they make their way to the core. Gottfelth Going to have to try and defend this solo, making the most of the roots of the core. 2 catapults up in top lane as well. Kyocha's not back for another 20 seconds, even with Drain. Leyline, Medivh cheats. He tries to cleanse it, but he can't. And game 1 goes over to Simplicity. Tigerfish, thank you very much for the 500 bits. Very appreciated. Very appreciated indeed. All right, that was our first replay of the day. Again, we're doing the replays from CCL here. Doing the games that I have not caught up on yet, so should be fun. Simplicity taking the 1-0 lead. Just want to make sure that every game is covered. Before, as I load up replay number 2, though, game number 2, which is Tomb of the Spider Queen. Yep, game 2. Alrighty. So, we're going to be loading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. While that happens, though, as a reminder, today's stream is sponsored by Simply Nuck Gaming and their People's Choice campaign. The first 2 polls went very well, and you were all very generous, but we have another poll to do. Our finalists have been chosen. From poll 1, Ghost Canyon was able to emerge victorious, and from poll number 2, Vortex was able to emerge victorious. These are 2 very low form factor PCs with incredibly powerful CPUs inside, both of them with room for a graphics card inside, so you can have a full power system in a tiny little form factor, making it portable, making it take up not too much space, doesn't look hugely unwieldy if you have guests over, when we can all eventually have guests over. Right now, you can head over to their Twitter using !SNUC, and if you check it out, you can see which of their polls you can vote on. Right now, it's between those 2 finalists to decide which one will receive the biggest Black Friday discount when it goes from the Black Friday to Cyber Monday sales. Thank you, SNUC, for the sponsorship. Make sure you check him out with !SNUC, as we're going to head into game number 2 of this best of 5 series. Spawning on the left-hand side, it is going to be Simplicity with Collusion playing the Anduin here. We unfortunately don't get the drafts when we load in replays. Collusion is on the Anduin. We see Wit playing the Anubarak. Cure is on Yrel. Hosty is on Hanzo. And that's going to be Noah playing the Junkrat. Whereas on the right-hand side, it shall be Sidestep Kings with Gotfilth playing the Reyna Hyde on Stukov. Ultralisk going to be playing on the Gul'dan. Cattle playing Garrosh, and Kyocha shall be bringing out the D.Va. Let's get this going. So we head into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Both teams making their way towards the center of the map. Cattle immediately throwing their medallion, has to be burned right away. Cure medallion down until the 5-minute 14-second mark. It's a long time. Going to be seeing Regeneration Master coming in. Cure trying to be annoying, but Kyocha's got him rumbled there. Really piles on the pressure, but you can see the value of Yrel, which with that Dauntless level 1, just tanking this full metal healing that D.Va has acquired at level 1, and just eating it, not caring here. We're going to be seeing Ace in the hole, not going for the wave clear for Reyna, Echoed Corruption. We see there are, of course, a Regeneration Master we've already talked about. So far, no globes have been acquired at all. Feels bad. Garrosh has gone for the War Breaker. And we see Blow 'em Up coming in for the Junkrat. Of course, it's the more standard build, going for trap base. Especially on maps like this, it very much slows down rotations. And those chattering teeth make it actually quite hard to avoid. You really get to corral your opponents and limit their mobility. And when you're up against teams where there's a Nubrak on your side or a Yrel, mobility is important. Right now, someone who will not be mobile for another 10 seconds is Junkrat, who is taken out and slain here. Very unlucky to see. Noah not in this fight for another bit. With a 2-man bot lane for a bit, as such Kyocha lost a lot of health. Taking a big chunk out. Kyo continues to clear the lane. Bruiser already started by Sidestep Kings, using Gotfilth and Hyde to take it. Again, no Exterminator here, only Ace in the hole. Mech has been slain. A little bit of counter damage coming out from Kyocha. Needs to be careful though. He might not notice, but Wit and Collusion are down in bot lane, clearing up the siege cap. Getting some value. Getting some extra push. Cure right now winning this bottom lane very hard, but as such, top is getting punished. We're going to see the nuclear option coming in from D.Va. Charges in, tries to be annoying. And a win! Holy Reach! We don't see this attack, this talent too often, but it is still quite strong. There's a little bit of burst damage, which is very effective, and a little bit of extra burst healing. It's quite nice. Scatter Arrow already up to 7 stacks. Big charge onto Cattle, trying to focus him down. He medallions his way through, and Indomitables, I think. I think he might have used both. Well, the medallion has been used, but it's not showing what the cooldown is, so lovely. Wit makes his way down, tries to punish Kyocera, gets a good hit. That's pretty nice. Cattle's down here as well, keeping him safe. And the Sea Giants were killed before they got any real structure damage. Very helpful here. We, of course, see those chattering teeth. Gonna be able to give Junkrat some very solid damage output here. And once you get Sticky Wicket, that's where Ultralisk might be in serious trouble, where Rainer might be in serious trouble. And of course, Garrosh going to have to be burning that Indomitable just so consistently. Chattering Teeth purposefully burnt by Hyde there. Remove vision, remove value, put that on the cooldown. Kyocera will back away, not going to get ganked by Wit here. Simplicity playing very aggressively, looking for the kills there in bot lane the most. Sidestep Kings, though, they're hunting in mid and top lane. They're using Junkrat right now as a sort of second solo laner, trying to let people rotate as 3. Yrel holds bot lane. Tries to go for Cattle there. Good interrupt, prevents collusion from turning in. Junkrat holds top, Yrel holds bot, and the rest of the team rotates kind of wherever they want. It's a very sensible, old-style composition that does put on a lot of pressure, and only really works when you have someone like a Junkrat. Good little knockback there by Kyocera, who at level 7 is still going for hit the Nitros. Down goes the mech. Runs to his team. Look at that. He had the choice of his team or the base. His team offers the most protection with Into the Fray. So he took the safe route. Nicely done by Kyocera. Really making the most out of his own self-sustain. Disengage throw from Cattle. Very smart. They don't want to take the fights yet. They have 7. They have enough for a turn in. But they didn't have everyone at full health. They still needed a little bit more healing from Hyde. And they didn't have the best positioning either, so they played around it. Keeping it safe, playing sensibly. This is good work by them so far. Blessed Recovery coming in from Anduin. Cure hovers around, looking for his potential chance to just try and bully Kyocera out again. Kyocera, great sustain this time though, really putting on the pressure. No percentage damage from his rush down here. Getting with a nuclear option here. As they charge forward, there's a self-destruct burn, nuclear option. Catches collusion, little bit on the back of his legs. Self-destruct, of course. Hitting a self-destruct, hit back with big shot, makes it explode faster. And of course, his crit, you can see it here, his crit damage from his autos make him charge his self-destruct quicker. Junkrat got slain. The rotating gag, we're able to pick up all but one of the gems. But Sidestep Kings acquiring the kills here. Wit pops in, says hello, but it's gonna happen. Turn-in will happen for Sidestep Kings. Simplicity unable to stop it. Can they stop Wit's death, though? Yes, they can. Pull Leap of Faith, keeping Wit alive. They're putting on quite a lot of pressure, but not enough. Cattle takes a Warbreaker. Groundbreaker already used here. In the meantime, Kyocera is burning, getting that self-destruct stack as fast as possible. Just using the fact that Kyocera seems very willing to fight him in melee range at this point. Getting some very good value. Level 10, hit first for Sidestep Kings. Micro Missiles, Warlord's Challenge. We see the Rainer's Raider, Horrify, and Flailing Swipe. Mid lane, looking a little rough here. Cattle, Gotfilth, Ultralisk, and Hyde all pushing that in with the Web Weaver. They will take that down. In the meantime, Noah's been able to clear out top lane very nicely. Kyocera able to push in quite effectively, dropping Cure low, but not enough to win the fight overall. And in fact, we're going to see there was a thinking about an engage from Wit. Instead, we see top lane being the lane of pressure acquired by Sidestep Kings. Cattle is going to have to Indomitable the Cocoon there. That wasn't Indomitable we saw. Kyocera and Cure dueling each other. Self-destruct might have to be used. Kyocera will drop it. Drops the self-destruct. Here comes the nuclear option. Grabs the kill on D.Va. Tries to deny gems. Wit will grab all the gems. Can they catch him? No. Another medallion is used. Wit will survive. But Kyocera outplaying the 2v1 there. Picking up the kill with that nuclear option. Very well played. Got Filth getting the XP while they're doing that. That was insane. They cleaned up the top lane. Gonna have so much value now. On the left-hand side, we are seeing Simplicity grabbing their own Bruiser Cam. A little later than Sidestep Kings, who have already finished theirs, which is already pushing in. This might not be timed very well. Minion wave's on the way, actually. This should be timed pretty effectively. They'll have the second minion wave, and that will help them de-push. It's a little late. That minion wave's going to get body blocked. They're going to miss quite a lot of value here. Let's throw onto Noah, whose Leap of Faith back in, but has taken too much damage and will be sniped. They tried to live bomb to save him, but that was a great throw coming in from Cattle, shutting that down. Going to be seeing Sidestep Kings with their second Web Weaver wave pushing in. Top lane looking rough. This fight is still happening. See Bruiser Camp finished off, and look at that, Sidestep Kings. Their Bruiser Camp was almost not touched. It sustained through so well here. Here comes the push. Ultras has been sieging as well. Top fort went down. Good to go. Defensive measures. Health stone. Virulent reaction. Using the Riptide to clear this out. Very nice. Honestly, at this point, Worth. They were taking a lot of damage. And yes, they're still being sieged, but that Spider will now go down. And that's going to keep them safe. The Web Weavers are piling on pressure, but they're clearing it up and not losing anything too important. Just the fort so far. Cure, very aggressive. Dragon Arrow only finds Gul'dan here. Ultras tanks through it, though. Ultralisk adds so much to this team's hero pool, but they play well. Gonna make their way down, clear out these Siege Giants. Very quick clear coming in from Sidestep Kings, playing this beautifully so far. Compared to game one, much better effectiveness, much better team synergy. It's working well in their favor. Cattle interrupts Wit again. He's got 61 gems. They can look for Cure or Collusion, though, because they're the people they can get to. Cannot do it. Bottom Siege Camp finished off mid-fort. Last fort down for Simplicity. Sidestep Kings keeping the pressure on. They are now 13 gems away from their next turn in 2. Level 13 talents finally on the board for Simplicity. We see the speed of the Pious. Urticating Spines. Interesting build coming in from an Uberak. Verlin's Chosen. Fleet of Foot. And gotta trap them all. Of course, double mines. Double mines, better value on blow 'em up. That's the play. All about that. Right now, not a huge amount happening other than Sidestep Kings waiting for lanes to push up so that they can grab these gems. And Simplicity trying to take a fight before level 16, but great disengage throw. Dragon Arrow still hunts down a Hyde, always finding someone. Concussion Mine keeps Noah out of danger. Raider, Godfilth will be popped out. Good damage from Kyocha. Cure looking low. Collusion doing as much healing as he can, but that was rough. The Dragon Arrow is just heat-seeking so far. Coming in from Hosty, playing a very good game right now. But he's only finding individual people every single time. Never a full team. Turning comes in again from Sidestep Kings. Keeping on the pressure, turning in the bottom lane. Delayed for long enough. Acquired their gems. Steel Trap found by Kyocha there. Cure maybe in a little bit of trouble. Makes it over the wall. That was right on the lip of that. But he is able to survive. We'll be able to disengage. Steel Trap coming in for Cattle. Kyocha currently pushing in bot lane. Ultralisk pushing in top lane while the rest of Sidestep Kings push in against Simplicity. Simplicity. Good defense. Good hustle onto mid. Lot of cooldowns burned there. Just a groundbreaker from Cattle in exchange for an Impale and a Leap of Faith. That Leap of Faith, of course, is the big cooldown. Cattle still fishing. Micro missiles, good damage. Kyocha really piling on the pressure here, and we have to see Noah has to drop that Riptide, has to make his way in to help out the team. Won't be able to get it onto the Web Weaver, which will negate some of that D-push. The Web Weaver's low, though. It won't get too much more done. It will, in fact, be slain before it can even spawn any more spiders. Bruiser Camp is available. They're going to start it. Very risky, but they have 16. They use to get his bait. They're trying to force Wit to come in. In the meantime, Kyocera zones away very effectively here. We're going to be seeing Earth Shaker. A little bit of stunning coming in from Garrosh. Very nice by Cattle here. Big move into mid lane. Wit disengages, plays safe. We have that Rooter's Affliction now. So much extra damage. And Cure really being a bully here. Emergency shielding once again coming in from Kyocera. Not going for the usual talents that we would see on this level of the diverting power at this stage. Dragon Arrow, again, finds one member, but this time it's Godfield who's in serious trouble. He's into the fray, though. He's disengaging. High drop low, Horrify. Used onto Cure so they can turn around, but that is a rough position for Ultralisk to be in. Ultralisk will be slain. Only the second kill for Simplicity this game as the turnaround comes. Taunt onto Cure, who will be slain. Gems picked up 88 gems on Wit right now. Micro Missiles come out, slowing him down. Force 2 Medallion as they chase him forwards. Kyocera has to back up, though. 27 gems in his hands. He can't afford to lose them. Wit goes back in. Kyocera's healed up by Hyde. They want some of these. But Kyocera, emergency shielding, forces him to back away. He protects Hyde. They lose the mech. But now Kyocera can back away. They've already forced to disengage out of Simplicity, so they will stay safe. Positioning, holding them in it for now. Siege Camp being, Bruiser Camp, sorry, being taken by Sidestep Kings. Messiah Simplicity. Got 2.5 minutes to wait. Not going to get much value there. Bot Camp available, yet to be claimed. 180 gems are currently held by Simplicity. Collusion, Hosty, all making their way in. Here comes Wit from above with 88 gems. Looking for Cattle. Cattle's giving him the runaround, though. Noah, he interrupts his own channel. Indomitable burn. They look for Cure. Light Bomb finds no one. They instead turn it round. Kyocera interrupts, delays, harasses. They have endless nades, do Simplicity, so they're just trying to siege in, trying to wait for their opportunity. They look for Cattle, who's going to be able to Indomitable through this. Cure dives to the backline. Dragon Arrow finally hits more than one person, but Godfield tanks through, and Kyocera positions himself to protect Cattle. Self-destruct just around the corner. Horrify! They look for Wit. That was gorgeous. 88 gems gone. Just like that. And Simplicity. They still have 95 gems between them, but that is rough. We see the boss immediately started. Ultralisk setting that up beautifully. As we see them turn it round, Sidestep Kings looking to get boss, looking to get a turn in, which they're a little bit short of, actually. They need about another 11 gems. But they're looking amazing right now. And in the meantime, Kyocera, he's still interrupting the turn-in. He's still being that guy. He bullies Hosty a bit with some micro missiles. Actually comes off worse in the trade, but still working in their favor. Noah over the wall will escape. Make their way forward. There's the route. Ultras dodges Cattle. Was looking for it. Not going to find it this time. There's the move forward. Cure disengages. Making use of that Hand of Freedom. Keeping him safe, keeping him disengaged. In the meantime, Kyocera is bullying mid lane. Micro missiles from the side, clearing out the gate, setting up for their minion wave that is pushing there. Top keep goes down. Boss at half health. More missiles from Kyocera, creating quite a lot of grief around the side. Stukov yet to pick level 20, by the way. They're trying to make maybe a play here. Cattle's a little low, but they're still looking like they may be willing to engage. Finally, we'll see Kyocera backing up, and that's the key there. 114 gems available for Simplicity, but finally, 33 gems in the hands of Sidestep Kings. Their push got value. They didn't get anything off the core, but they have the gems for the turn-in, and Simplicity can't stop them. They have spent too much time clearing out their lanes, and as such, they will not arrive in time unless they use Dragon Arrow to interrupt Kyocera with this turn-in. And then we're going to see yet another Webweaver phase coming in for Sidestep Kings. They're unable to interrupt this camp, though, which will help D-push for Simplicity. Stukov still holding that level 20. Potentially for Bio-Explosion switch, Controlled Chaos, perhaps. The top-off. What could they be waiting to trigger that on? What would be the trigger? There's a dive onto Weir. Nicely done. Gets out. Fire Explosion Switch may be the pickup here, depending on what level 20 and Nubrak picks in terms of Supple. And of course, what one Urel picks. Seraphim is the likely choice. You can never be too sure. If they even get to 20, at this point, it's not out of the possibility that Simplicity just don't get to 20 in this game, as we see mid-keep getting taken out. Bot will certainly fall as well. And that core is going to start taking damage. Charge from Kyocha, finds nothing. Riptide comes out, Kyocha tanks it quite well. Level 20 is just around the corner, but will they find it in time? There's the jump, but immediately horrified. Light Bomb hits no one. Self-destruct doesn't catch anyone on the side of Simplicity, but it does hit the core. 2 catapults in top lane, Web Weaver in mid lane, and that core is deleted. Level 20 will not even be hit, as game number 2 went over to Sidestep Kings. Nicely done by Sidestep Kings, able to take game number 2. Of course, this is the game that happened in the past. We're doing a replay cast at the moment. As you can see here, this game happened on the 7th, I can't speak today, of November. This is the only series we'll be doing today. We will be picking up Granite versus Wild Hearts later, because that's the other series I haven't done, and I may have to miss one tomorrow as well. One or more, no matter what, I will be casting something tomorrow, and we'll be able to work around that. Alrighty, match 1, game 3. Next map will be Towers of Doom. This will be our 3rd map in this best of 5 series. Current score sitting at 1-1 at the end of game number 2. So quickly get this set up, remove the replay timer so that it doesn't look weird and silly. Give the score to Sidestep Kings. Nice. And of course, a reminder, today's stream and every stream for the rest of the month is sponsored by Simply Nuck Gaming and their People's Choice campaign. We are down to our 2 finalists, both very small form factor machines with incredible CPUs and the option to expand with a GPU. We have Ghost Canyon versus Vortex. Both insanely powerful, easily able to stream, play the top games at some of the highest resolutions while being quiet and small, fitting in almost any desk and living room or gaming room setup. So make sure you check them out here at the command SNUC in the chat and give some love to our sponsor for this month. Let's head in. Let's head into game number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be on the left-hand side. It shall be Simplicity, with Collusion playing the Brightwing, Noah on the Hanzo. Hosty going to be playing the Cassia. We have Wit. He's going to be busting out that Anub again. And Cure shall be playing Urel. Whereas on the right-hand side, it shall be Sidestep Kings, with Kyocha on the Diva, Hyde playing the Stukov again. Ultralisk on the Greymane, got filled, playing the Lunara, and Cattle will be bringing out the Garrosh. Let's go. I'm excited for this Lunara. We don't get to see it very often. Should be very fun to see. We're starting off with the Sentinel Wisp, giving them that little bit of extra vision. We have the Thunderstroke on the side of Cassia, another Regeneration Master. No surprise, Hypershift coming in for Brightwing. This is one of the maps where you can bribe, but that burst healing is so useful and so important. I would be surprised if we saw it. Great stun by Cure. Not enough damage for a follow-up. That might not be the case for Noah, though. Great teleport. And again, the save from that level 1 talent of Brightwing, keeping Noah alive. Of course, both these teams have substitutes that might show up, or might have showed up if you are living in the future, like we are in the previous future series. Simplicity, at the time of this game happening, their 6th player is Lutano, who was actually part of their main roster but could not make it today. And Sidestep Kings, similar situation with June as their backup support player, Lutano taking that ranged damage role. They put a little bit of pressure onto the mid lane, keeping what they can going. As the bot lane, as Ultralisk will be able to clean up this camp. Invade could be possible, but Sonic Arrow prevents any engage from Sidestep Kings, and Cattle prevents the engage from Simplicity, positioning himself aggressively. Cure is double soaking right now, clearing the lane quite fast. Kyocha may have to match him as the game goes on, and he will. He's going to make his way down to mid. He will lose 2-3 minions worth of experience here, but he's going to be able to still get down here in time to grab the majority of the rest of the wave. Oh, he actually catches one! He only lost 2 minions. She got there just in time. Cocktail comes out, a little bit of damage. Sidestep Kings, their sappers already made their way in and did quite a lot of damage. Now, how well can they defend? Simplicity piling on the pressure now. Good shots coming out right now from Hosty. We see the inner light for the Cassia, extra sustain. Ooh, Blossom Swell. Hosty in trouble. Burst. Brightwing makes the teleport, but it was too late. She arrived at the same time. Hang on, save replay. She arrived at the same time that he died. We have to see that again. We have to see how close that was. As we do see the push continuing in the bot lane, we see the push coming out from Sidestep Kings. Looking for their fight. Let's watch this again real closely. Keep an eye on Noah here. He will be the engaged target. Takes a lot of damage. Great flank from Cattle. Sorry, it was Hosty who drops damage, ticks over time, and Collusion, he teleports in the exact second the final hit from Garrosh was able to finish the job. So close between those two, and he is able to be killed. And as such, Sidestep Kings gain the advantage on this first Altar phase. Ultra is trading here with Cure. They just go for the 1-for-1 top, which means they have Kyocha down here. They don't need to go hard yet. They did not need Greymane there, so they actually played that quite well, Kyocha. Hyde backing away. Wit dived. Greymane versus Anubrak. Always a tough matchup. Wit will survive with the help of Collusion. But of course, Ultralisk onto Wit there, just punishing him. Greymane versus Anub, or Greymane versus, Anub versus Raider. Always a tough matchup for the Anub. And you can see the issues there. So much burst coming out so quickly. Able to just create so much pressure. Kyocha cleans up. Kyocha go big double soak style here. Get on the point. Gives them extra race. Gives them a double soak potential here. Cooldown reduction when he hasn't taken damage for 3 seconds. It's very strong talent. Remember, it works as if D.Va hasn't taken damage here. So she can use that in fights if she doesn't get hit. The odds of that happening are low. But it is there. Cattle, Indomitables, throws out Cure. Cure jumps his way back to mid lane. Great disengage. Cattle is playing this Garrosh beautifully. Really insane right now. Noah slowed. They catch him on the jump. He went for that long distance jump through that sidewall. They caught him, but not enough to damage him and finish him off as Collusion burns the phase shift for the save and keep Noah in lane here. Sappers making their way in. All 3 will make it to Bell Tower. That's a lot of extra pressure being applied there. Ultralisk trading back and forward. Not bad. Keeping the pressure on. They play it a little bit further back. Peekaboo coming in. Of course, the Unstable Anomaly. Classic Brightwing build these days. Wit in trouble. Is able to charge out. Gets the heal. Cattle was actually looking for the throw onto Collusion. Not able to find it. Instead, he's taking quite a lot of damage. Cattle stunned out. Here comes Cure. And immediate throw. Cattle is just not having any of that today. Cattle's playing his own game. Watching Cattle play this Garrosh is like watching like 5 people try to take on Andre the Giant. Like 5 enhancement talent wrestlers trying to take on Andre the Giant. That's what it looks like right now, where they keep coming at him one at a time, and Cattle keeps just throwing them away and then picking one to murder. Speaking of this right now, he throws a minion at him for the kill. Are you serious? That is saucy. That is very good. I like that a lot. Let's see that again. As the channel comes in, they're going to race down bot first. There was a little bit of a brawl on this point. Quite a lot of pressure being added, but look, Noah's already low. Cattle finds him perfectly here, chases him down, gets the Groundbreaker, and throws his own minion at him to allow the weighted pustule to finish the job. That is beautifully dirty. Such a big fan. Kyoto self-destruct on the point, knocked off by Cure. Guaranteeing this camp goes over to Simplicity. But the question is, can Simplicity live out of this? The lurking arm is dropped. Cursed Bullet chugs Cure. Hosty's on the wrong side of the tracks right now. Going to be chased down. Have a bad time. Stun out. Charged in. And Husty gonna be focused down. Surge of light, micro missiles. And even if they don't kill him, Ultralisk will be able to jump in and finish that off. In the meantime, Gotfilth is 1v1ing Noah. It's pretty close, actually. Does he have the reset? Does he have the reset on the poison? That might be enough. He does not. The poison shall expire. Noah will survive. Boss being taken in the meantime by Sidestep Kings. That's going to be a lot of damage. And they're even going to find Collusion, who will blink heal to minions. Cursed Bullet. None of his allies are near him here. It's all about the minions, which, look at that. Kyoto clears out the minions. He removes any chance of escape for Collusion. So cheeky. And in the meantime, Gotfilth, he still holds bot. He's still bullying. He's got a single target burst build here with Blossom Swell, Choking Pollen combined with Leaping Strike. You drop your Choking Pollen and then immediately Leaping Strike the target. You hit them with the Leaping Strike first, they get slowed, and then the Choking Pollen does the extra damage. You preferably land an auto attack first, and you have a better chance of hitting it with Blossom Swell. And of course, it adds that extra stack. Very strong talent combo. It's very heavy on the burst if that's what you need. Kyoto getting bounced around quite a lot here. Into the fray has to be used. Still here to fight, though. Micro missiles came in. Ultra's clearing out the lane. It's a double objective right now. Noah is channeling. Can they stop him? They cannot. Noah will get this. Channel on the bot lane. We're seeing a full fight coming out from Simplicity. Level 30 is just around the corner for Sidestep Kings. The Simplicity are playing aggressive to try and interrupt this, but with the camp push again, they will be forced to give this up. And as such, Sidestep Kings will continue to hold their lead. 19 to 32 right now in favor of Sidestep Kings as Wit gets burst. That's the power of the Choking Pollen build. As Gotfilth able to survive, there is Garrosh in the cocoon, but it won't do anything as Gotfilth cleans that up. They keep pushing in. No one died, though. Everyone survived that. Great healing onto Wit to keep him surviving through that burst that we saw from Gotfilth. Micro missiles coming out, keeping the pressure on, but Virulent Reaction now online. We have Abolished Magic as well. Very nice to see. Remove some stuns, remove some CC. Great to just keep everyone safe and moving. Moves damage over time as well, but if I remember correctly, I don't believe anyone on Simplicity actually has a damage over time talent. Cattle. Hunts Wit, turns around, gets a quick stun, Indomitable, finds Collusion, great target, but Blinky already comes out. Dragon Arrow is sidestepped as they turn their attention onto Cassia, but quick cleanse from Collusion. There's the Fend, looking for Cattle to try and finish him off and get the turnaround kill as Cure dives in deep. Ball Lightning is split and denied. As everyone disengages, no kills again. Micro Missile still bullying Cure up here. Very strong fight between the two there. Wit, quite a bit of damage. Able to get out. Aegis already been used by Cure. But he does survive with it. If he survives, it's worth, but it's not down for the it's not up for the objective now. And that is an issue. How aggressive will Sidestep Kings go? Looks like they won't, but they will be aggressive elsewhere. They channel in top with Kyocha, no troubles there. And then they grab the camp in bot lane, where it looks like they want to try and reclaim that bottom bell tower. Of course, the actual insane push value comes mostly from there. Cal creeps in. Sees what he can do. Good jump by Noah. Gets away. Wit looking for it as well. Cannot find the angle. Cannot find the engage. Kyocha rotating around the map so quickly, pressuring towers with these micro missiles even. They clear out. Camp is grabbed. Indomitable is used by Kata, but they're still going to try and engage. He throws him onto the fort here. The fort going to do some damage. The full wall is here. That is bad news for Wit. Not in this fight. Self-destruct's going to be dropped. No nuclear option, but it's still going to catch Cure, who will be slain. Wit did die to the tower. He used Borrow Charge to engage. Great positioning by Cattle. and that is Sidestep Kings absolutely destroying the members of Simplicity with that play. How much of that do we got on our replay? There's the throw. Poor Wit getting absolutely caught out here. He's got nowhere to go. He's summoning beetles as much as he can, but there's too much damage coming out. Cure is chased down as well. Fantastic kill. And a noob never could make it out. He tried to make his way through that sidewall, but took too much damage. And Sidestep Kings putting on an incredible performance in this game at number 3. So much damage being done by Gotfilth. That's forcing so many people back. Noah will not be available for this objective phase for quite a bit. He'll be able to make his way to the left side, but he will not be able to make it to bot, where they were looking to maybe try and defend. I'm going to see Gotfilth going to be grabbing this bottom objective. No one contesting him right now. They grab their own right side as well. This is 10 points of damage. If they can interrupt this left one, that is potential lethal. They interrupt it once. That's 10 points. They let Hosty channel, though. 10 points is a good amount. 3 points onto their own core. 2 points to 25 health. Charge, Kyocha, Medallion with the Emergency Shield and keeping him alive. Taunt to turn it. Dragon Arrow sidestepped again, living up to their name. Sidestep Kings as Cure is chased down. They get the slow on him. Oh, the defender is dropped, though. Blinkio came out. Collusion, not so lucky. No on defender for you. Great knockback by Cure, though. Sets that up for a 2-for-1. They get the mech as well, so let's call it 2.5. What a stun by Cure to turn that back in its favor, right under the keep, under the bell tower, into the side wall there. Simplicity still on the back foot. There's still a body down with Kyocha here in mech pilot form. Bullies Cure here. Zappers making their way in. If 2 make it in, this is over. Brightwing is back in 3 seconds. This will be a 5 versus 5. Cure comes around the long way. Wit already drops down to just under half health. Cocoon is Medallion. They move in, looking for the angle. He throws one in. The second makes it in as well. That is going to be game. And Simplicity will have to step up in game number 3. Let's have a look at that final push again. Let's see exactly how those sappers made their way in. We see the positioning taken by Cattle very nicely there. Wit takes a lot of damage from Kyocha and from Ultralisk. So he Medallions 1. They force him for flailing swipe. Gets the perfect angle on that sapper on the right as it's pushed in by the stunned body of Cattle. Is what pushed the sapper in to a victorious position. Very nicely done, Sidestep Kings. Able to take a 2-1 in this best of 5. 1 game away from claiming victory. And we, of course, have that game here as we load in. Of course, once again, everybody, we are currently doing just some replays of the games I have not cast yet. If you're watching on YouTube, these games are in the past. If you look at the playlist that I will have made by this point, then you will see them in the correct order as per when they were scheduled. So this game will be the first one in the playlist. I will, of course, be getting around to Granite Gaming vs. Wild Hearts as well, the other series I have not done yet, but these games were played on November 7th. Alrighty then. And of course, today's games are sponsored by SNUC Gaming. Incredible makers of incredible gaming PCs in small form factors. They put on some great work for you, and right now they are giving you the chance to decide your own fate this Christmas, this Thanksgiving, and this Black Friday. Right now they have a vote on. We have already had 2 polls happen already, but we have 1 more coming. And you can vote between the Ghost Canyon, my arch nemesis, if you watch my other promotional material for them, or the Vortex, which is a great machine that can fit a full-size GPU in it. Great value if you're looking for something small form factor that you can just carry around to events with you once everyone can actually go places again. You can hit !SNUC in chat and vote on which one of those 2 systems will receive the bigger Black Friday to Cyber Monday discount. A big discount will be coming, and therefore you can control not only what you might purchase if you have some expendable income, but also what other people are going to get, because there are going to be people looking for a new system. People are still trapped inside. England's back in lockdown. So be having the ability to have a good system to pick up maybe that new gaming hobby, or maybe video editing. I've done a lot more video editing since the pandemic, and one of those machines, those big GPUs and big CPUs, would be amazing for that. So make sure that you head to !SNUC, click on that link, and vote on which system should receive the bigger discount. Let's head in to game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning on the left-hand side, it shall be Simplicity, with Tracer being played by Noah. I like it. Collusion playing the Stukov. Hosty going to be playing the Greymane. Wit on the Tyrael. We love to see it. And Cure shall be playing the Diva. On the right-hand side, Sidestep Kings. Kyocha on the deadly, deadly Imperius. We're going to see Ultralisk on that Li Ming. And we have Gottfeld on Reyna, Hyde on the Deckard Kane, and Cattle playing the Mal'Ganis. Good to see. Love it. Love it. They've got big AoE coming in from that Imperius, which makes up, and the big hard engage coming in from that Imperius, which makes up for the soft crowd control that Cattle has. Very solid draft for them. On the other side, putting their focus in on just pure damage. Wit, with that Tyrael, is going to be able to set themselves up for a damage-based fight where they just don't care about the CC, they don't care about anything else, just killing. With Swift Retribution at level 7 as well, they're going to be able to get really great support for the Tracer and the Greymane. It's going to be a rough game for Sidestep Kings if Wit can find those good certifications. Right now, Team Attack Speed is trying to outlane Kyocha, who has gone for Consuming Flame, the safe laning talent. There are other talents used for solo laning as well, but this one is very strong. Keeps you sustained. Charge in. Cure survives. Charge, good, but cured, he backs away. Cure survives. Good anti-damage. There's been a huge rotation up here. It's currently a 4 versus 2 and a 3 versus 1 down in bot lane. Wit's been holding the lane as best he can. Front wall completely destroyed by Simplicity. On the other side, slightly slower. Making the most of that Tyrael sustain, slowing down the minion wave push. Instead, it's a gank attempt coming in. Cattle, he saved his stun for Noah. It's not enough to achieve a kill, though. It's an Exterminator Reyna, by the way, of course. We already mentioned the Consuming Flame. Sapphire. Big help for the Engager to set up for Imperius. Reactive Ballista Pause coming in for the Stukov. Parting Gift, pretty standard talent here. For the Tracer, there's a couple talents you can play on that level. Justice for all on Tyrael. Cure still outnumbered, but he's just playing to slow rotations and be irritating. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Yeah, be aggressive. You see bot lane being pushed in. The pressure is applied. The Impaler's being protected by Wit, eating a couple magic missiles even. He'll have a shield up, which he will use, protects them. He's caught in the root. No, he blinks away. Perfect timing on the Eldritch's Might, though. Cattle was looking for it, but right now, great performance by Simplicity. We see that potion of shielding for the Deckard. Dominance for Li Ming. Oh, yeah. Fueled by Torment. Mal'Ganis. A little bit of healing on Minion Wave Soak and against the Tracer and the Diva. That's pretty cool. Every time he takes damage, he heals for 13. Wow. That's going to be really good against Tracer Diva. That's going to be crazy good. They're going to see the clear onto the bottom, but race is won ever so slightly by Simplicity, just under 2,500 health. Cure dodges Kyocha. Nicely done, even with the reduced speed of the mech. Cattle moves in, sleeps. Both the assassins. Root comes out, will catch Greymane, not Noah. Noah able to dodge as we see the self-destruct coming in, and that is going to be one dead Immortal. Simplicity winning the first Immortal of the game, but Sidestep Kings will be the ones to hold the position. Making their way down to bot lane. Looking to put on some pressure, some aggression. See what they can do. They race the Immortal as fast as they can. It's a good job so far. Hyde backs away. Cattle. He's the furthest forward right now. He's in the most danger. Bound by Law. Keeps him slowed. Wit really being annoying here. There's that swift retribution, though. So much movement speed. Attack speed. Gonna give Noah a lot of extra DPS. The only issue is the reload speed, obviously, but it's still good. Noah blinks away. Bouncing back and forth. Causing a distraction. Causing issues. Nice escape. Going with the locked and loaded. Maximum damage output. Just need to, you know, not be terrible. Flash of Anger, Sovereign Armor, pretty standard stuff. Here, Tetcher over the wall. Nicely done. Potions being dropped out as potion shieldings we already mentioned. No Emerald though. Canai's Cube. Damage reduction for the Decade. I like it. Expected to maybe an Emerald. We see that usually as the double gem build with Emerald and Sapphire as the main combo. But damage reduction against this comp, Grey mid especially, makes sense. They're going for big hard engage. Tetcher clearing out best he can. Again, using the Consuming Flame here. Giving himself that little bit of extra sustain. That extra slow as well. Cattle caught outnumbered here. Tetcher looking for over the wall. Gets the charge onto Tracer. They're holding for now. Their team's on the way. Decker makes their way in. They got to stay on the point. Great cube. That was good. That was Sapphire plus Canai's Cube. They still are forced off the point, though. They still don't get it. The question is, can they make something else out of this? That's a big charge from Cure. Cattle not in the right spot. Potion of shielding. And that's a big sleep. Cattle will escape. Great play coming in from Hyde, but not enough to secure the disengage. Cure able to knock everyone off the point for just long enough to secure it for his team. Nicely done so far. Bot lane pushed in pretty hard. Collusion dealing with that. Slapping the goats. Slapping those impalers, keeping them out of the fight. Got Filth starting his race Ultralisk here as well. Not going for any fancy race compositions here. On the other side, though, good race by Simplicity, but they are still a little behind. The head start from Sidestep King showing up. But that Grey main, there's a lot of race there, especially when Tyrael is near him. Good block onto Ultralisk's damage. Slow on Cattle. Not even level 10, let alone level 13, so no virulent reaction. Tetcher was able to get some good XP soak up in top lane. Got Filth getting it in bot lane, but it is being matched by Simplicity, by Noah and Cure. Tetcher, hold it. Has to use the Celestial Charge. You can use the Celestial Charge to run away. We know. Able to disengage. Escapes from the lurking arm. Ballwave shall be cleaned. Wit is seen by Cattle, but it's still a rough situation for Got Filth to be in. Big stun onto the Grey main sleep. But Noah's going deep. Great healing, but the damage output is too strong. Noah's able to get the kill onto Got Filth. Great medallion as well, preventing Cattle from getting the follow-up there. We, of course, see the Carrion Swarm. No surprises there. Missiles come out. That's good. Angelic Armaments. Celestial Charge comes out, self-destruct. That's going to hit. Good. No. Very good disengage by Sidestep Kings. But as such, because they were forced off their Immortal, it is claimed by Simplicity, who will be able to disengage barely. Noah dropped quite low there. Also, just out of range for the globe. Feels bad. Bot lane's pushed in pretty hard, and Sidestep Kings, they're looking a little shaky right now. They're still playing well, but they're struggling to find the angle. And they're also being ganked quite a lot. They're struggling to find the angle for these fights. Now with level 10 on the board, it's going to be even harder with Sanctification already up. Of course, Sanctification is basically the aim sleep here button. Let's see if Hyde's going to be able to make those plays. Tetcher unable to charge Noah. Wit speed boosts his team away because top will already be claimed. They're going to rush down bot lane, and they're going to grab that fort too. They'll tank that with the minion wave, and that will be a double fort play for Simplicity. Really getting maximum value out of this Immortal here. Got Filth will clean that up. Here comes the disengage. 4v5 in favor of Simplicity, but the positioning is all for Sidestep Kings, and they get Noah. He went a bit too deep, didn't have the right recall. Stayed underneath the fort there. Got caught, got sniped, got dead. Noah got taken out. Fight was eliminated. That was a member down. Just positioning value for Sidestep Kings. Simplicity forced to retreat. They're heading up, though, because Godfilth might have overextended. Cure dismounts him. Here comes Hosty. I feel Godfilth's pain. I've been in this spot before. Usually as a solo laner, though. But he was solo laning, so gotta count it. He will be sniped here. Cattle backs up. Here's Wit. Trying to slow down this push. Cattle takes aggro again. Very risky. Bats not even able to activate his Noah. Using all the blinks to chase it down there. Picks up the kill. Nicely done. Kyocha backs up. Good charge. Massive orb onto Hosty. Kyocha tanking through. Best he can. Kyocha holds. Sanctification. Stay a while. Hits only Greymane, but that's enough. Hyde will drop to Noah, making that a 1-for-2. Nicely done by Simplicity. Able to hold out for the moment. The big chase, very staggered. We, of course, do now have Kyocha back to life. Able to rejoin with the team. And only 10 seconds until Hyde will return, which means he will be up for the objective. Very smart. Very smart doing these bruiser camps now, of course, timing them perfectly with the Immortal. But in the meantime, Sidestep Kings showing that they are prepared. They clear bot lane too. Big potions. Super healing potions. Divine Rage. Coming in for Imperius. Armor reduction, cooldown reduction. They look for Whip, but he blinks away. Staying safe. He's got that Sword of Justice now, making it very hard to catch him. Noah shielded out by Whip. Look at how much shield he gets. His health bar is so low. It's insane. Cure makes his way up to top lane, making the most of that D-push power of Diva. Kyocha doing the best he can. He is Imperious, though. A little bit less good at clearing lanes than Diva. Doing what he can, though. Cattle finds Wit. Lands the stun. Not enough to make anything happen, though, but they do get a bit more Wraith. Cattle chased in. Kyocha looks for the Celestial Charge. Finds no one. Massive shove. Not getting the angle. Tracer, perfect recall to dodge the Arcane Orb. Noah stays alive. Another great set of micro missiles, keeping them safe, keeping them aggroed. Cattle sleeping multiple members. He still has Carrion Swarm as Wit dives the backline. Sword of Justice, though, they turn it off to Kyocha. Angelic Armors keeps him tanky. Good knockback, good to go. Kyocha held inside. There's the sleep. Only hits Cure, who continues to cause disruption. Very messy fight between these two teams. They chase forward. Wit. More pressure onto Godfilth. The micro missiles not landing from Cure this time. There's catapults about to appear in top lane, and both teams will take a second to restabilize, reset, make sure everything's good. Bot lane shall be pushed up. They really want this fort. It's really been taunting them for a while now. It's the only thing keeping Simplicity from a pretty solid lead, in fact. Celestial Charge lands onto Cure. None of the damage dealers are in position, though. We did see Godfilth, coming in from the side. Not able to find anything here. Kato was able to finish the point. Ultralisk flanking from above here. Not able to find anything. Instead, starts working on the Immortal. Damage output, as you can see right now, Imperious. Top hero damage, not even surprising. Most of their damage has been kind of siege-based. Imperious has been the one in the 1v1 all the time. Tracer maxing out on Simplicity's side. Again, not surprising. Noah's been playing this very well. Really keeping the pressure on when needed to, and has been the source of most of their kills. Double sleep. Under the Immortal. Massive shove. Keeps Cattle out of the way, though. They chase forward. Ultras tanks through. They went real deep for that. Noah, he recalls, but that's not the place he wants to be. Or picks up the kill. They're looking for Wit now. They turn out to Collusion instead. He's going to get stunned out, slept, Celestial Charge, and Godfilth will finish the job. That's going to be the halftime show achieved by Sidestep King. Simplicity zoned away. Impalers will be cleaned up before the fort falls. Ultralisk able to save that too. Positions himself for Arcane Orb wave clear. Cattle holding Wit off the point while Godfilth races this down. Kyocha clearing the minion wave, holding as best he can, keeping the XP going. Trying to keep their lead. Posty, nice. Caught in the cheeky sleep. They're chasing him. How deep will they go? Cattle's quite deep here. Okay, they back up. That was a little far up here. Ah! Exclamation points. Bot survives. Cure, make sure that does not stay the case. As all 5 members are up here in top lane for Sidestep Kings. Level 16 on the board. Heraldic Staff, Valorous Pursuit, extra armor for Kyosha. The ability to dive into that backline. He went in, went for the dive, found it. That was a great setup. Beautifully done. Here comes the orb. Looking for more here. They can't find another kill. Let's see that again. That was gorgeous. So they get set up as right now Wit is just trying to harass everybody. Some great pressure coming in here. So once again, Kyosha, he has the ability to teleport to the last person he hit with Valorous Brand. And guess who that is? It's Greymane. Finds the angle and boom! Right in! Dives back. He wasn't able to find the actual stun hit, but he was able to get enough damage off and tank enough for his team that they could dive in and follow up on him. Beautifully done. Great play by Kyosha. Sadly didn't land the stun, otherwise it would have been perfect. But it was still good. Kyo comes in, Diverting Power is online now. It's going to reduce so much damage. Stay a while, catches Tracer here. Noah take it out again. Whip from the side, speed boost for Cure. Diverting Power to heal up. Cure is out of there. Doing a lot of damage though. Wit's in behind. Good kill by Cure, getting the chasing Ultralisk. But Wit will fall in the exchange. Goodbye, Got Filth. Ate a potion on the way, so he'll be healed up. Intense game in this best of 5 series. Simplicity looking to try and even it up. They do still go down though. It was a 2-1 in favor of Sidestep Kings. We see the Executioner burning Halo now for Tyrael. A little bit of extra race, a little bit of extra dismounting potential. Lots of extra annoyance here. It's also great against Hyde. If you can force someone to pick up a potion before it becomes big or before they really need it, just by giving them a little bit of damage, it's a good thing to do. You always want to keep pressure on your opponent that way. Hyde's going to pull back, restock his mana. Next objective has not appeared yet, so got quite a bit of time. Bruiser camps not started yet for Sidestep Kings, already started for Simplicity. Kyo playing a very safe rotation as Kyosha once again finds himself up in this top lane. Clearing minions, playing safe, making sure that his team doesn't have to worry about the lanes. Cattle spotted Wit, wasn't even demounted. Able to play around that. Alright, both teams delaying their capture on the Bruiser camp. Final Impaler will die down here thanks to the setup and pressure of Cure. It's aggressive position. Sleep. Just one sleep coming out from Cattle. He will disengage. He's buying time for his team as the race goes out. It's going to be it's going to be pretty close, actually. Both teams able to race effectively, but it will be in favor of Sidestep Kings. That Reign of Race. Pretty strong here. They back up a bit. Cattle took some damage. Big potion is drank. Sleep. Massive shove. Denies the follow-up. Wit able to disengage, but he's still getting stunned out. Still getting chased down as they look deep. Ultras is getting pressed. He doesn't make it to the potion. That invocation comes out, but the disengage is good from Sidestep Kings. Self-destruct coming away. Good knockback with penetrating round, but the kill is achieved by Simplicity here. But there's the rune. Perfectly timed. Goodbye, Noah. That's going to make this a 1-for-1. Micro missiles coming out, pressuring Gotfilth. Great flanking by Cure. They will be forced to back away. Level 20 just around the corner for these two teams as Hyde keeps throwing out the potions. Celestial Charge interrupted by the lurking arm here. Kyosha, he waits for the potion to become big before he picks it up. Gets so much sustain. Stay a while. Finds Greymane. Good massive shove though. Will prevent the Celestial Charge follow-up. In the meantime though, this race will be won as Gotfilth takes the advantage of his team, winning a 3 versus 4, able to sustain long enough that he can race down the Immortal and win it himself. But was slain. They're going to be able to clean that up. This will be where the Immortal pushes. In the meantime, Top Camp pushed all the way into the core. Did very little damage. Of course, it is a bruiser camp. It doesn't actually do that much when it comes to core damage. Extra map pressure, amazing. Core, armor reduction for Tracer. Of course, the diverting power, we've already talked about that. Great sustain. Level 20 is now hit. Seeker Swarm. Extra sleeping. Duskwing. Brand of Solarian. Respect the elderly, that's the big one. And Talrasha's Elements. They pressure forward. Level 20 around the corner for simplicity as well. They try to hold out. Sleep onto Cure and onto Wit. Charge. Focus. They're looking to try and blow up Cure early. They race him down. Mech is eliminated. They force their way in. Holy Arena top off. Timing attack. That's going to be to get stuffed for Tracer. And nice. Hunter's Blunderbuss for Greymane. Tracer is down though as Cattle goes in. They will back away. Gotfilth stays safe, stays alive. They make their way in for the core. Beginning that pressure. Massive shove. Sidestepped. Wit. Kyocha teleported in. Got that a little bit of 25 extra armor. Not enough for a kill, but the core is taking damage. Gotfilth sieging in, making the most of what he has. Cure dives it. He's about to have self-destruct. Gotfilth in trouble. Chase down. Stay a while with the silence. No sank for you. That's gonna be it. That is a massacre. Self-destruct will go off, but the front line don't care. They look for collusion. They get the sleep. They get the damage. There's the reset. Ultralisk finds that. And in the meantime, it's just Cure. Gotfilth just tanks it. And that is going to be GG. Game number 3 and the series goes over to Sidestep Kings. Nicely done by Sidestep Kings. Again, this was a game from the past, so we don't. So unfortunately, there are spoilers available, so I can't talk about too much what's coming up next. But once again, I appreciate you watching this catch-up game by me. If you want to show support by checking out the sponsor, Simply Nuck Gaming. I have to go because I have team practice soon. I just wanted to fit in this short stream to get the content done, show that I am casting all the CCL games, and just to have a little bit of fun, which I really, really did. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This video will be up on YouTube in the next day or so, so hope you have a good time. I'll be back streaming a game tomorrow, no matter what it is. I will be streaming either both CCL games, one of the CCL games, or the Granite Gaming match, because CCL take ages to upload their replays, so I wouldn't be able to do them, but I would be late to the actual show, so we might not be doing live games on Saturday. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a subscribe, and find me on Twitch, so you can find all my details there. Thank you all for watching. Sorry this was very short and impromptu. Have a lovely evening, and see you all next time. Have a great night.